Still one of the best console boot-up noises ever. Hello there, and welcome, or perhaps welcome back to, well, let's say I'd rather be LPing Ace Combat Assault Horizon Legacy, otherwise known as Let's Play, well, that. So yes, this is Ace Combat 2, the second game in the Ace Combat franchise, both in release order and chronologically. Well, unless you want to count Ace Combat 1, and honestly no one really does. So for this one, we are going to be playing on the Expert control scheme, because that allows us to use the left and right yaw controls, like you would in the, I guess the more modern Ace Combat games, as it were. And once again, we are going to be playing this on normal difficulty, and I'll just let the intro briefing play.
A coup d'etat broke out in the military corps' general area code NAP 2700. They saw an opportunity during a time when their leaders were away from the country on a diplomatic mission. After the forces occupied the center of administration, they seized control of important facilities in each district. They are expanding their influence while strengthening their fighting power. Their military capabilities include air and sea forces. It has also been confirmed that they are in possession of extra-powerful cruise missiles. To respond to the rebel forces, the military corps' headquarters made a decision to use the Special Tactical Fighter Squadron Scarface, which consists of you, my fellow pilots. We want you to go on this mission and suppress the coup d'etat immediately. You will receive all-out support from our military corps, full information regarding the rebels, full cooperation through our intelligence division, and military supplies. The situation is tense, and there is no time to waste. Take on this mission immediately. That is all.
So, yeah, because of course this is early era Ace Combat, everything is going to be very, very terse. Basically, the foreign nation that is mentioned in the briefing is of course Erusea, and yeah, so basically the Uzian continent where we are on right now, I guess the technically brand new setting from our perspective, is pretty much just engulfed in a gigantic civil war. So I'm just quickly breezing through like some of the menus here. Yeah. Right now, because we're just starting a brand new game, all this stuff is empty, but this will start to fill up as we go along. And I'll also be cutting this part out in the subsequent videos, but this is our save screen as well. And something to just quickly point out while I do have the time here, I am actually playing this version of Ace Combat 2 off of my PS3. So things are going to look a little bit better / worse than normal.
We have received information that an enemy invasion unit is approaching our front base. It is a small unit with bombers as its main force. Take off immediately and shoot them down. Target, B-52 bomber unit. Good luck.
So this is looking like a familiar mission, isn't it? Yep, once again we have another, I guess you could call it pattern setting one, where first mission for an Ace Combat game, of course, is running down a flight of bombers just to get you, I guess you could say accustomed to the way the game plays without having the game throw too much stuff at you. So yeah, like I said, because I am playing this on the PlayStation 3 with its sort of hardware emulation, you will notice a little bit of screen tearing in some of these briefing sections, but there's really nothing I can do about that. Unfortunately, you're just going to have to put up with it. So let's flip on over to our hangar section, and you can see we have two planes available to us. The F4, which we saw in Ace Combat 0, and technically a brand new plane, the A4 Skyhawk. This is going to be our default plane for Ace Combat 2, and interestingly enough, the A4 never actually appears anywhere else in an Ace Combat game. I know, it's really, really weird. It only shows up here in Ace Combat 2. For now, its main advantages over the F4 are the fact that it's a lot more stable than the F4 is, so especially starting out more or less brand new to Ace Combat 2, like this is like actually probably the second or third time I've actually played through this game, or this mission I should say. Yeah, you're definitely gonna want to go with the A4 over the F4, just because of its stability, because I was just careening all over the map trying to control the A4. So you can see things are looking quite familiar compared to how they looked in Ace Combat 0. Target setup, radar screen, you've got your plane stats down at the bottom, missile counter. A couple of things you will notice right off the bat. Up in the upper left of the screen, we do actually have a fuel counter. So that actually replaces our mission timer. And also, yeah, another thing you're noticing right off the bat, Ace Combat 2 controls like ass. So it's incredibly easy to stall out in this game if you're, like, just even slow down even slightly. But yeah, as I was saying, the fuel gauge is basically the replacement for our mission timer. We have until that gauge reaches 0 before we basically fall out of the sky and crash and we get a game over. And also, if you look down pretty much directly diagonal from it across the screen, our armament, we only have missiles. And that's not a bug, it's a feature. There is no special weapons ammunition in Ace Combat 2. And that actually leads to a, I guess you could say, a sort of really funny, like, mechanical in-joke and reference in Ace Combat 6. Because, one of the DLC paint schemes that you can download for the Su-37 is, I guess you could say the canon representation of Phoenix, which is our player character, / Scarface 1's paint scheme. And, like, it says in the description for the DLC, like, that it's pretty much as Ace Combat 2 authentic as it can get. So what it actually does in Ace Combat 6 is it disables special weaponry for the Su-37, which I think is a really nice touch. Bit of a pain in the ass if you're playing on, like, multiplayer or missions that kind of need special weapons, but still, it's really, really funny of Namco to actually go the extra mile and do that.
Don't let him get away.
So I honestly have no idea who the hell that is talking over, like, the various maneuvers we're pulling off. I don't know if that's supposed to be, like, a co-pilot, or if that's supposed to be Phoenix himself, or if that's our AWACS. The game doesn't really go into detail on that, and honestly, I don't really think you're expected to care. But it's don't know, just really weird. So yeah, a couple other things you probably might have noticed by now. You're not gonna get to see, like, all those crazy, like, vomit-inducing, like, spin-around shots of the plane, because the tracking camera doesn't exist in Ace Combat 2. They hadn't actually really implemented that until, I think, either Ace Combat 3 or most definitely Ace Combat 4. So when C. Jacobs comes on, he's gonna be spared, you know, hurling into his microphone when he does co-commentary with me, so that's a plus, I guess. And also, there is no cockpit view. There is only the HUD view and the outside plane view, because, of course, you know, the PS1 really wasn't really, I guess you could say, powerful enough to handle, like, fully modeled out cockpit views. I will say that the remake, at the very least, Assault Horizon Legacy on the 3DS, does incorporate the, I guess, target tracking camera, for lack of a better term for it. Not particularly well, but at the very least it's there, so I really appreciated that when I played through that one. Now it's just a matter of running down this last target to complete the mission, and we are pretty much done.
With him.
Also, I love the 90s as fuck soundtrack this game has, so that's a plus as well. And of course, here, once again, is our very, very terse mission briefing. But then again, like, this is Ace Combat at its genesis point, so what can you really expect? But that is pretty much it. That is Mission 1 of Ace Combat 2. Stick around, we will be having, or I should say I will be having, more guest commentators on in the very near future. And yeah, we have unlocked a brand new plane, another exclusive plane to Ace Combat 2. Thanks for watching.